लाइन बनाइए ताकि बैठ जाए।
राइट, सो एक छोटा सा वीडियो है, अगर चल जाए तो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ। बट बिफोर दैट जस्ट अ प्रीएम्बल, व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट, मे बी जब मैं नरेट करा तो उतना क्लियर नहीं होगा। सी, the way we do business today is mostly linear, which means that we take materials from the earth, use them, and then we throw them away. This is a linear business model. Circular business model, in contrast, would be one in which we are taking value out of used material also. So naturally, this process is wasteful. Linear processes are wasteful and harmful to the ecology, and therefore, we now are moving towards circular economy. Already late हो चुका है, हमें आगे बढ़ने की जरूरत है। मैं कुछ आपको दिखाऊंगा कि हमने किया क्या है कुछ समय में। एंड अभी क्या है, ये बहुत इनिशियल स्टेज में है। आज मैं इसीलिए इसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ कि दिस प्रोसेस इज स्टिल एट अ वेरी इनिशियल स्टेज and there are many opportunities for those of you who are talking about entrepreneurships and startups. There are many opportunities which are present here. एक छोटा सा आपको एग्जांपल दिखाता हूँ कि what is meant by business as usual model. It's a very small video.
Many of the things come from nature. A precious metal like gold is mined from the earth. Then it is taken to a factory where it might end up in a furnace. The bone is used until a new bone comes up. The old one is thrown away. But where does it go? Either it goes to landfill or it is burned. There are three stages: take, make, and waste. And we have been doing this for over 200 years, ever since we were able to mass produce factories. The trouble is, we don't have an endless supply of materials such as gold that we can use up and throw away. And we can't keep harming the planet with all the waste and pollution we create. This planet is our only home. So what could we do differently? What's it? We repaired the bone when it broke. What's it? We reused it when we no longer wanted it. What's it? We remade it when it was no longer repaired. What's it? We recycled the gold and other materials inside so that they could be used to make brand new bones. The bone could live, then die, then its parts could give life to a new bone. A cycle inspired by nature. In nature, waste is always used to make something else, again and again. Now let's take an orange. The orange grows and is harvested by a farmer. The orange is taken to a store and somebody buys it. That person eats the orange and throws away. Like the materials inside the bone, the nutrients inside the peel are lost. So what could we do here? If you know that orange peel can be turned into fibre that can be used to make clothes, what's it? We turn the peel into a gas energy. What's it? We compost the peel and return the nutrients to farming oranges. By keeping products and materials in these cycles, we could create a system that puts back more than it takes and nothing is wasted, allowing the earth to regenerate, giving us the things we need. Finally, imagine all of this powered by renewable energy. It's called the circular economy, and it is happening right now. But this isn't just about mobile phones, oranges. Look around. Imagine if everything was designed on the fit inside. There would be no such thing as waste or pollution, so nature and life. When we see the world as a blank canvas, the possibilities are endless.
So, as entrepreneurs, this is the question for you. What could you design differently? Right? You can move ahead. एक बहुत briefly 2 मिनट ही लूंगा. ये दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ कि हमने पिछले 250 साल में क्या किया है. What the way we have damaged the ecology over the last 250 years. 250 years because 1760 is when the steam engine was invented and the industrial revolution happened. We were able to mass produce goods, and since then, just see what has been happening. So these are socio-economic parameters like how the population has gone up, how GDP has gone up, how other parameters like fertilizer consumption, telecom, tourism, all of it has gone up. You can see 1950 के पहले कुछ level था, उसके बाद एकदम exponential growth है. So of course, directly none of this is bad. But if I show you what this socio-economic trend has done to the earth, so earth system trends. So things like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane. ये top first row में जो 3 gases हैं क्या हैं? They are the top 3 greenhouse gases. And you can see what it has done. Ozone का loss बढ़ गया है, temperature बढ़ गया है, acidification बढ़ गया है, and so on. So all negative effects on the environment. So this is why we need a circular economy. And then I'll not go into this. Now, circular economy is based on 3 principles: eliminate waste and pollution, recirculate products and services and materials, and regenerate nature. So keep this in mind. So I'll focus on the nature and very briefly on transition from linear to circular, and then I'll take you to the live examples that I was talking about. So see, these are the strategies that I was talking about. Now it's a scale. ऊपर अगर आप देखेंगे टाइप जब जहाँ लिखा है, लेफ्ट से लेके लीनियर इकोनॉमी टू सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी है. जैसे जैसे हम राइट की तरफ जा रहे हैं, we have number of strategies, but the strategies which are more on the right are more circular in nature. They are better in nature. So which means सबसे right में है R0. R0 is supposed to be one of the best strategies. Refuse. Use ही मत करिए. And so on. And right with circular economy के जो actual principles हैं, they have to be at the design phase. So those strategies which you implement at the design phase, be it refuse, rethink or reduce, these are the best because जो आपका output आएगा वो कम resources पर dependent होगा. उसके बाद consumption phase में वो है जो product के बनने के बाद के strategies हैं. So that is reuse, repair, refurbish, remanufacture or repurpose. Repurpose simply means कि आपके घर में पेंट का डिब्बा आया है, उसका जब खाली हो गया तो उस डिब्बे को आप किस तरीके से यूज कर रहे हैं. This is repurpose, but of course at an industrial level people are doing it differently, but they are doing it. Or end of life है where you are trying to just capture and retain value so that the value doesn't go, it doesn't get thrown away. So that is either recycle or recover. Recover में भी आपने देखा होगा. And I'll give you an example why it's a low value added strategy. You might have seen that even like for this machine, this computer or this mobile phone, there's a PCB inside, and on that PCB you have certain precious metals. So some people, what they do is they will collect all of these. This is electronic waste for us. उसमें से वो recover कर लेते हैं precious metals. लेकिन this is a very low value added strategy because एक तो आपको बहुत कम metal मिलेगा उसमें से जो useful होगा, और secondly उस metal को निकालने के लिए आप बहुत ज़्यादा energy use करेंगे और बहुत ज़्यादा pollution create करेंगे. So the importance of the strategies goes from R0 to R9, and then of course there is landfill and incineration, which means this is value losing strategy जब हम asset को फेंक देते हैं. Now I'll go straight to the examples. Yes, one more thing. Just look at this figure. Each year, 100 billion tons of materials are brought into the global economy. 1 billion is 10 raised to 9. We are talking of 100 followed by 9 more zeros, and then tons of new material are brought into the global economy. So keep this figure in mind. Okay. So where do startups or entrepreneurs come in? Because see, startups have the capacity to innovate, and for strategies like these, we need innovations which are disruptive in nature, and startups have the ability to do that. So startups are known for their agility and ability to quickly adapt to changing market conditions. They are more flexible. Therefore, they are well suited to develop and implement circular business models. So this is the starting point. कहाँ से circular business models originate हो सकते हैं? Also, they don't have any other business to lose, so they are not cannibalizing their own business. For example, car manufacturers would not be interested in reselling old cars because उसमें उनको value नहीं मिलती है. So they are cannibalizing their own products. But startups can do that. And they have the ability to disrupt existing institutions, existing processes, and to motivate existing firms to react to their sustainable innovations. So they are the ones who can drive change. Okay. Now this is what I wanted to talk about. कि कहाँ पे हो रहा है? So for example, electronics recycling. In the electronics industry, HP is doing this. HP हम सब जानते हैं, हमारे सामने कोई ना कोई मशीन होगी, कीबोर्ड HP का है. But they are not doing it themselves, they are doing it with the help of a startup. So there is a space for startups here. Again, Ricoh is doing this, Canon, like I said, Canon, Xerox, all of them are doing this. Then recycled fibers. So most of, not just cotton, most fibers can be recycled. And therefore, see, in the clothing industry, you have this brand Levi's, or a company here which is completely a startup which is called Evernew, EVRNU. So EVRNU को contract मिला Levi's से, which is helping them regenerate old cotton clothes into high quality jeans. ऐसा भी नहीं बेकार quality denim है, high quality denim. Again, there's another company, also a startup. Pure Waste, its clothing is made of 100% recycled fibers. No fresh fibers are used. And in this, like I said, 60% is recycled cotton, 40% is polyester, which is recovered from bottles, plastic bottles. So, company Pure Waste अपने आप कहती है कि हम कितनी हमारा कार्बन इम्पैक्ट क्या है, हमने कितना पानी बचाया, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. All of this is given here. Also, I don't know if you're aware, but now there is a very active business for clothing rental. Rather than buying clothing for every occasion, you can rent clothing. आपके आज अमरीश सर बता रहे TCS आई हुई है, आपको ब्लेजर की जरूरत है, ब्लेजर आपका घर में छूट गया है. If you have access to some service like this, it means you don't necessarily need to buy. You can simply rent. So by renting garments instead of buying them, consumers can reduce their environmental footprint. So there's a business, also a startup, which is called Rent the Runway, and another one called Detote, which offers subscription-based services for garments. They are highly popular. You can do a search on them. ऐसा नहीं कि इनका मार्केट नहीं है. In fact, लोगों को ये बेटर लग रहा है कि कपड़ा खरीदे फिर सालों साल उसको रखें उसको संभालते हैं, अच्छा है हम रेंट पे ले लें. Also, for packaging materials, there is a company called TerraCycle, and TerraCycle is also a startup, but it is working for big brands like Procter & Gamble, Henkel, Suez, Office Depot, etc. And like I said, Tata Motors has already used innovative strategies for driver seats of newly shipped vehicles. Okay, so apart from these companies which I mentioned, like TerraCycle and Evernew, there are some more which I will give examples of. There is a platform called Too Good To Go. Too Good To Go क्या करता है कि ऐसा खाना कलेक्ट करता है जो खराब नहीं हुआ है लेकिन आपको जरूरत नहीं है, and it connects businesses with surplus food to consumers at discounted prices. I don't know if you're aware. मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, वो होटल में मैनेजर है, बता रहा था कि हमारे एक दिन एक बैंक्वेट था, शादी का डिनर था। इनफैक्ट कहता है कि जब गेस्ट आए तो स्टार्टर्स में उन्होंने अपना पेट भर लिया और डोंगों का ढक्कन भी नहीं खोला, जो खाना बना था डिनर का ढक्कन खोला ही नहीं गया। तो मैंने कहा कि ऐसे में क्या करते हो, कहीं भेज दे? तो कहता है कि ऐसी कोई सप्लाई चेन नहीं है। सेकेंडली हमारा होटल, अगर कोई उसको खा के बीमार पड़ जाएगा, हमारा होटल बदनाम होगा। Ultimately 100% of it goes into trash. So you can understand कि कितना फूड वेस्टेज है भारत जैसे देश में जहाँ पे अन्न के एक एक दाने की कीमत है। So you can develop business on this. One of our students, यहाँ पे बायोटेक चलता है क्या? One of our BTech biotech students, she had a startup on this and then she went on and became commercial. उसका स्टार्टअप बहुत सिंपल था, जो हॉस्टल्स में खाना बच जाता था, हमारे 15-16 हॉस्टल्स है, खाना बच जाता था, उसको कलेक्ट करके पायलट बेसिस पे उसको छोटे-छोटे पैलेटाइजेशन करती थी, बेक करके छोटे पैलेट्स में कन्वर्ट करती थी, एंड दैट दोस पैलेट्स वर यूज्ड फॉर चिकन फीड। जो मुर्गी पालन करते हैं वो लोग खरीदते थे मुर्गियों को खिलाने के लिए। सो शी एक्चुअली गॉट अ पेटेंट ऑन दैट, एंड ऑफ कोर्स क्योंकि वो कंजम्पशन वाला आइटम है तो उसको टेस्टिंग वगैरह हुई होगी। I don't know what stage it is in now, but ये आज से करीब 10 साल पहले उसने किया था और काफी ज्यादा पॉपुलर हुआ था उसका मॉडल। So this is an example of circular business. Again, DHL, delivery partner, is optimizes transportation, reduces carbon emissions, etc. Then there is an innovation called Eternity, which जो पैकेजिंग मटेरियल आता है वो वेंडर के पास वापस भेज देती है, जिससे बार-बार उनको फ्रेश पैकेजिंग मटेरियल का यूज करना पड़े। आज की डेट में आपके पास जो सामान आ रहा है, सपोजिंग अमेज़न से आ रहा है, you will see that they mention कि कितनी बार रिसाइकल या ये रिसाइकल है। Also, another one based on packaging. Now, of course, there are some problems here, like which will be there for a startup in any zone, financial constraints, technological barriers, and market uncertainty. I'll just leave this. Now, if you are interested, मैंने बाद में कुछ references डाले हुए हैं. You can have a look at them just to go into more detail. And I think because next speaker has scheduled his talk at 12:30, so I'll take 2 minutes to take any comments or questions, if anyone has any.
So what we can do actually, so we can come this side, so that we can have a preparation for this, and we will start a discussion on question and answer. You will be comfortable on that. So, a big round of applause for this session. Okay, thank you very much. Still, we are at the preparation for inaugural session in between. So you can interact with Tanuj sir. Any question, anyone? Anyone understand what circular economy? You understand what is circular economy? Nowadays, it's a buzzword actually. You have to produce less, but you have to consume more and more. Atulji, can you place a poster of Tiwari sir on in place? Atulji,
सिस्टम बंद करा रहा हूँ ऑफ करिए जनरेटर पर डाल बंद करा है ऑफ करिए for any startup or for any creative venture this is the idea generate the idea innovate based on that idea creation idea for the
whatever I talked about is just to bring a overview about it. One thing is that we cannot continue to do business in illegal fashion. Illegal economy is short term service. Second thing is, what I wanted to bring forward is that startups have a lot of space in this. They have a big road. So if you are talking about entrepreneurship, there is so many facets. Think of something that you can do. That is always because we say when you go